Hi everyone, welcome back to Right Up Your Alley. I'm Maria Gurevich, and today I want to share a mini lesson on vocabulary. These videos are a glimpse into the kinds of things we teach in the classroom, an introduction to our methodology, and a lot of students and parents find them helpful. So I'm glad you're joining me today for another mini lesson. This time I want to talk about vocabulary. Parents often feel that their child displays a lack of vocabulary in their writing. They keep repeating and reusing the same words, and it makes their paragraphs seem very limited. I do agree that vocabulary is very important, but when I look at a student's writing sample, I often see that the lack of vocabulary is not the first thing you should be focusing on. The reason for that is because it takes a lot of time to improve vocabulary. You have to memorize lists and lists of words, and usually when the students are quizzed on the new vocabulary, they end up forgetting that vocabulary as soon as the quiz is over. The trick to enriching vocabulary is to use the words in context. So looking at your writing and then going back and replacing the repetitive or general words with more precise vocabulary, and I do have other videos about that on this channel, but today I want to talk about the case when lack of vocabulary is a misconception and vocabulary is not the first thing you need to work on to improve paragraph writing. So let's take a look at this paragraph. Dogs are really good pets. It's good to have a dog as a pet. People who have dogs as their pets have a good life. From the first glance, many parents and even some teachers and tutors will say this student needs help with their vocabulary. Look at how many words keep repeating. Dogs, good, pets, good, dogs, pets, dogs, pets, good. The student is basically recycling the same words. Let's spend months and months or weeks and weeks memorizing new vocabulary, memorizing synonyms, and enriching vocabulary to make this paragraph a little bit more profound. Okay, so let's replace vocabulary and see what happens. Dogs are really good pets. Taking care of a furry friend fills the owner with love. People who share their lives with their four-legged partners are happy. Here we've only used the word dog once, the word good and pets once. We replaced dogs with furry friend and four-legged partners. We've replaced good with words like love and happy. But unfortunately, we really haven't improved the paragraph. We're still saying the same idea 3 times. We're recycling the same thing. There are no details, there are no examples, there's no reasons proving that dogs really are great pets. We have improved vocabulary, but the grades are not going to improve. When the teacher looks at paragraph 1 and paragraph 2, the mark is going to be pretty much the same, and teachers' comments are going to be pretty much the same. Let's see what happens when we try something other than vocabulary. So in my first lesson with this student, I decided not to take the vocabulary route and try something different. I went for structure instead. So here we still start with the same main idea. Dogs are really good pets. That's what we're proving. That's what this paragraph is about. This sentence is okay to stay the way it is. Now, instead of replacing and filling the other sentences with synonyms, I'm going to go for a reason instead. Give me one good reason why it's good to have a dog. Taking care of a dog helps the owner stay active. That's a good reason. Now, let's provide an example to show how this reason plays out in real life. Most dog owners in my neighborhood take their dogs for walks at least twice a day. This is an example because it's true, and because you can fact check it. If you are strolling through any residential neighborhood, you will see people walking their dogs. And if you own a dog or know someone who owns a dog, you will know that twice a day is minimal. This is a real life example that proves the level of activity for dog owners. Next, we're going to further support this example with a detail, a visual detail. What does this activity actually look like if you were to observe dog owners? These walks are usually around 30 minutes long. Some owners jog, play fetch, or even frisbee with their dogs in the park. Now, this is a detail because it's visual, because when you read this sentence, you can almost like see a moving picture in front of your eyes. You can see what's happening in these parks, playing fetch, throwing a frisbee, running after your dog, the dog running after you, chasing each other. Now, you'll notice that learning structure takes your paragraph a lot further than learning vocabulary. Now, here it looks like a completely different student wrote it. We have a student who really thought about their topic, who gave reasons to support their main idea. Then the student supported these reasons with real life examples, which also shows some thinking and planning and observation on the part of the student. And then further, when we support the example with visual details, we're making the paragraph exciting and interesting to read, because we're bringing our reader into that park and showing them what it could be like to own a dog. So believe it or not, it takes less time to teach a student to go from version 1 to this version of the paragraph than it would take to teach the vocabulary to go from version 1 to version 2, which we saw on the previous whiteboard. Now, I'm certainly not trying to diminish the importance of vocabulary. It is important to enrich vocabulary, and we have other exercises and other videos on how to do that, and we do vocabulary activities in class a lot as well. It's just not the first thing I would focus on. One more thing, this is clearly a much more detailed, more exciting paragraph. And you can see it's been written by a thoughtful child, a child who looks for proof for their ideas, a child who is observant, even spies on his neighbors a little bit when they're playing with their dogs, makes a lot of observations, and is able to convey his ideas with exciting detail. And I bet very few of you noticed that I deliberately kept the vocabulary in this paragraph very, very basic, right? I didn't use any synonyms. I used the word dog several times. I just kept reusing it, but I deliberately left the vocabulary very, very basic to show you how enriching vocabulary does not make as much of a difference as some think it makes. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and follow for more helpful tips on your writing. And if you'd really like to invest some time into improving your writing or helping the student in your life improve their writing and their grades, give us a call, send us an email. The contact information is down below in the description. Sign up for our classes. We have an amazing team of teachers and we'll be able to help you in no time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.